Should you have a friend of the opposite sex? Hey, welcome back to our channel for another episode of Enough Said with Meet the Simmons. I'm Marcus.
I'm Chantel.
All right, let's dive right into it. We got a really good topic for you today. You know, as you get down the road in your marriage, a lot of times certain things will come up, but in the beginning of your marriage, it's kind of where things can get bumpy because you are kind of becoming a couple and some of your old friends and old acquaintances, they kind of, as time goes on, they kind of fall away, honestly. Like you've been married as long as we have. I have a very, very small friend group, very small.
Mm-hmm.
And so oftentimes in counseling and in coaching, I will come across couples that have this problem, and it is having a friend of the opposite sex. So It can get real hairy. It can get extremely hairy because you're married now. And she may have a friend that she grew up with or somebody she was friends with, and now she's married, and the husband may not be comfortable with it, or he may have a friend, and it's very, very difficult situation. So we want to kind of talk you through it today and kind of walk you through what you should and what you shouldn't do. So to answer the question up front, should you have a friend of the opposite sex? Only in very, very specific circumstances, I'll say that. And only when you're mature enough to handle it. So one of those specific circumstances is if she's married and he's married, or both parties are married in the situation, and both husband and wives know each other, and it's like a mutual thing. But you still gotta be careful. You shouldn't be like going off together and doing anything together. I mean, this is just real stuff, man. Like, this stuff happens all the time. How many times in the movies and in books that have you seen? Art imitates life. So this happens where a couple will be friends, and then they end up, things happen. So tell me, Chantel, do you think it's possible for a married man and a married woman to be friends, or a married woman and a married man to be friends?
I think it's possible. Like you said, it's got to be really carefully done with tact and graciousness, where you're accounting for both sides. So I guess in a perfect scenario is, let's say I have a friend from college or from the military that's like a brother to me. Then eventually, if I'm going to continue to maintain that relationship, then eventually we're friends. You know what I mean? It's not just me and him, but like I incorporate him into us, because it's us before it's me and him now.
And the communication between the two parties should remain very open and honest, but it also shouldn't be a secret. Nothing should be a secret. You gotta hide something. If you start feeling like I'm talking to this person about something that I shouldn't be talking to them about, or it's getting a little bit too something, then that could be a problem. That could be a problem. And so another thing is, what if you are enjoying the friendship and you think everything's going okay, and your spouse is uncomfortable with it? What do you do then? Well, the short answer is spouse comes first. Before the friendship. Your marriage comes before anything, and you have to protect yourself from anything that's going to be detrimental to your marriage. So
you may have to cut it loose.
You might have to cut it loose. And this is not the time to tell your spouse, are you just insecure? Or are you just tripping? That's not, don't do that.
Or I've known him longer than I've known you, or I've known her longer than I've known you.
Definitely don't do that.
How are you prioritizing your marriage then?
Yeah. And especially a woman saying that to a man, that's not going to end well, because men are territorial by nature. And ladies are territorial too, but men are territorial by nature. So by if you tell your man that I've known him longer, or we've been friends longer, basically you're saying that he's here and the husband's here. That's how we see it. And you can call him insecure. You can tell him you're insecure all you want to. If he don't like it, then you might want to think about saying, Jerry, I gotta cut you loose, man.
His name's Jerry.
Jerry's his name. Yeah. Because you have to also ask yourself, if my spouse is not comfortable with it and it's causing problems in my marriage, but I'm still clinging to it, why am I? Why am I? Because maybe you're getting something out of it. Maybe you're getting something out of it other than friendship. Maybe you're getting some validation. Maybe you're getting a shoulder to cry on. Maybe you are getting non-sexual attention, and that can lead down the wrong path. So it really is between you and your partner. I'm not saying that you shouldn't or you can't, but it really takes a mature couple to have that dynamic.
Yeah.
If you're in a monogamous, committed marriage relationship, it's difficult when your spouse has a very close friend of another sex. It just is. It's because a friendship is an intimate relationship. You're not being intimate physically, but it's intimacy, emotional intimacy. And so if you're getting something from that partner that friend that you're not getting from your partner, it's kind of almost like cheating. It's kind of almost like you're getting your cake, having your cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
So you have to be honest with yourself. How's it ring with you?
Yeah, you do have to be honest. You have to be honest. Like you said, even like kind of circling back to what you just said, what is the payoff? Human beings don't do anything without a payoff or reward. So what are you getting from the relationship that you're not getting from the relationship with your spouse? And like you said, is it the attention? Is it the affection? Is it the whatever it is that you might be getting? You really have to look at that and reevaluate that, because it is going to cause issues in your marriage. And I've heard people say things like, well, this is like let's say it's you. That's like my sister. But it's not. It's not. Stop the cap. It's not. Well, that's like my brother. Well, but it's not. So that's not a valid excuse to say it's she or he is like mine. No.
Yes. And if you guys became friends during the course of the marriage, that's kind of different. It's kind of different.
Right.
Kind of different dynamic. Because I have a young lady that I would consider a friend, but we became friends after I've been married 15 years, and she knows Chantel, and Chantel has her number. She has Chantel's number, and everything's above board. She's also very happily married, and so that's a different dynamic than y'all went to college together, and then I met my wife. I was your friend, and then I met my wife, and then it's a different dynamic. I think
it's even more messy when y'all used to date.
That happens. And you wouldn't think it happens, but it does happen.
It does.
It does happen. Or they had that one drunken night, and something went down, but we still friends. And then then the partner finds out that y'all did the thing, the horizontal mambo, and
you didn't see birthmarks. You saw birthmarks.
That's so whack. Anyway, so whack.
Horizontal mambo. Which one's whack?
Both. Both. Fact. I'm gonna edit that out anyway. So, in closing, guys, I'm not here to tell you that you can't do it. We're definitely not saying that. What we are saying is that you have to proceed with caution.
Yes.
Anything that could cause problems in your marriage or that causes strife in your marriage, you want to evaluate it very, very carefully, because it doesn't take much for that scale to tip in the wrong direction. I've seen it too many times. We both know how it goes. So please, just if this is your situation, have a conversation with your spouse. Do not start with the shaming language, ladies. Don't start there. Oh, you're insecure and all this stuff. Don't do that. Fellas, listen to your wife. If she has a valid point, listen to her. Listen to her. Nothing in this world is worth you breaking your covenant together as a married couple. Nothing. No person is. And if that person is more important to you than your marriage, then you are on definitely a slippery slope.
Yep.
And I think with that, that's enough said. We out.